Hover ship abandoned. Captain claims boiler explosion killed artificer. That's bullshit, but, well, he did cover for us, I guess. Alright, let's see. Greetings, Madame Black. Let's figure out visits from New Orleans. Is there a way to Houston? Way back to Dallas. Continuing to move. I'm just trying to find new passages, new pathways we can take. Some buyers will pay well for revolvers from Acapulco. Yes, that's lovely. Wow, thank you. You guys are so useful. Except not really. The stretch of track was unremarkable. I passed the time eavesdropping, trying to find options for our next journey. I met a nervous American ragamuffin and had a pleasant, if unproductive, conversation that whittled hours away. We entered the evening and the coastline became visible, and we entered the heady surroundings of New Orleans. Alright. Money, 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 money. Keeping that. Taking that. Taking those goggles. Yes, I did make some excellent sales. Thank you. So, the only viable trip I can take is either to Havana or Port-au-Prince. Departs there tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I can get to Miami. That's the only choice we have, it seems. I don't want to go here. That's going to take me to South America, and that's not going to get me anywhere closer to my destination, I don't think. Oh, thank God. That seems promising. Alright, get those oil paints. Those oil paints are going to be worthwhile in Atlanta. That would cost way too much. I'd lose all my money just to get over here. Maybe I should just take a chance and go to Havana. Or I can wait all the days. I mean, thinking about it. Let's say I waited 3 days. It would be day 61, then I'd be here by probably around, what, day 63, 64? Keep going. And this venture, it's an airship, and it didn't take very long to get to London, I don't think. I think I would be cutting it close, but... I feel there has to be a... I feel like there's a way to Ponta Delgada. Ah, shit! I'm looking at somebody's pathway. Didn't want to do that. Well, thankfully I cut it out. I don't want to give myself spoilers. I remember the New York trip it was way too much time. I mean, it took way too much money to travel from New York all the way to London. So say even if I did get here, I would basically have to make a big loan of money. And by the time I would get the loan of money to take the trip to London, it would probably be past day 80. Ugh. The struggles. I met Def in a smoke-wreathed red-lit bar in New Orleans as the jazz band struck up another tune. He offered to buy me a bourbon. Holy mother of heaven, I blasphemed succinctly as some of the other patrons snickered. Def pulled off his master to reveal handsome cafe au lait features and dark green eyes and then extended his skeletal hand to me. You gave me a fright, I admitted. My deepest apologies, monsieur. I am Def at our neighborhood Mardi Gras, and I am practicing my role. He took my pre-offered hand and brought the back of it to his lips for a gallant kiss. He flicked me a rather unmistakable look under his dark lashes. I returned his look with one of my own, and he let my fingers slip slowly through his. Oh, shit. You must call me Octave, monsieur. I am Passepartout. I dipped my head slightly. An appellation as well as a burden. And I will choose another for you, he decided with a slanted grin. A special name for you and me, tonight. Laurent, for you look like a bit like a Laurent. Laurent and Octave, I agreed with a slow smile. They sounded an intriguing pair. And sure. Octave told me he was a free person of color now. I was aghast to realize he had been a slave before the Civil War, and indeed still worked as a servant for the very same family. Are you happy working for them? I demanded, trying to imagine myself in his place. He sighed heavily. Young Claude is a horror, and Alette little better, but little Henry is still a sweet child. He carted a hand through his thick black hair. They are my half-siblings to their papa. Wait, what? I would not say that, he corrected gently. He may have sired me, but he was my owner and not a father to me. Surely you want more from life than servitude. I have my life, don't I? I joined the 1st Louisiana Native Guards Regiment after New Orleans was captured by the Union. I still wake up some mornings not sure if I am alive or dead. You are alive, I reassured him, reaching out for his shoulder. Octave wiped the anger from his expression with the ease of long practice and smiled a slow, dazzling smile. You look sad, monsieur. What a fool I am to confess these things to you when I would much rather see you smile. A confession can be cathartic. Oh, monsieur. His smile turned wicked. Would you absolve me if I confessed my sins? No! No way! You know, Incorrigible, monsieur. You must leave a trail of broken hearts behind you. Oh, you're toying with me, monsieur. I am utterly in your thrall. An intriguing notion to have death in my thrall. Alas, the hour had grown late and we had to part. Octave walked me upriver to the border of the garden district where Monsieur Fogg had taken lodgings amongst the American parvenus. The moon shone down on the Mississippi, and Octave leaned towards me. And we kissed right there on the riverbank. He tasted bourbon and dark nights, and I will say no more of it here. A man, even one such as I, must have his secrets. Octave will be one of them. I think of him often when I think of New Orleans. Yes! So, the unfortunate news. I don't know if I'm going to get back to London in 80 days or 81 days. Because, take a look at my trip here. I'm in New Orleans, right? It will take 2 days to get the train that would run from New Orleans all the way over to Washington, New York, you know. It would take me approximately till day 61, day 62 before I depart. I'd probably get here around day 65 to 68 maybe. But then I would have less than about 1,500 pounds. And I know for a fact that it costed me probably around it cost me over 4,000 pounds just to go on that trip. So I would essentially be setting myself up to take the same fall that I did in the first attempt, except I have a little bit more wiggle room to make a fool of myself. So instead, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance and take the trip today to Havana. That will let me go to either Port Royal or Miami. And Miami would be a short trip, assumedly. Or I'm assuming I could go to Nassau. What I'm hoping is that one of these will connect to Ponta Delgada and in turn connect to London or even Snowdon. That's what I'm hoping for. So that's the bad stuff. The good news is, however, even if I lose this attempt at getting around the world in 80 days, I'm personally satisfied as a player because I got to kiss Octave. I don't know, it's just, there was something about it that just made me, like, flutter on the inside. It was like a little fangirly sort of ee when Passe Perdue and Octave shared a kiss underneath the moonlight. It's just, there was something kind of really, really romantic about it. And just from the dialogue, like, Passe Perdue is keeping a secret. Octave is one of them. Who's to say that after this adventure that he doesn't go back to New Orleans, Oh god, fanfiction material. Must write. I don't want to leave. I actually legitimately don't want to leave. I love you. I might actually write a fanfic now. God forbid. Airships sailed out from the coast of New Orleans and across the waters of the Caribbean. They were fast and inexpensive. We jumped quickly aboard. Alright, let's see. There are people in Havana developing ways to walk across the water. Port Royal was once a famous pirate port. People trying to walk across the water. What the hell? Captain Beaumont, a freedman who had lost a leg fighting the Confederacy, told us that the half-day airship journey to Havana was a mere trifle. You'll hardly feel it, he assured us. A shame. I enjoy flying, I told him broadly, leaning over the rail. It's more of a hop than a flight, he replied. Regrettably, however... I hate. We were taken by pirates barely 200 miles from port, and I was not able to lodge a grievance with the good captain because he was swiftly murdered. There was 4 of them in all, an older woman, a pair of teak-skinned twins, and a small-boned young man, each one bristling with cutlasses, daggers, and pistols. The marks of hard living were clear on their bodies. They were variously scarred, and they have smelled, to be perfectly honest, utterly putrid. Still, how thrilling to be seized by pirates! Why, it was like something out of an adventure novel or an Italian opera, although the thick, cloying smell of blood rather dampened the romance of the thing. The older woman had me and Monsieur Fogg bound and brought to her in the navigation room. The bodies of the captain and crew had been dragged and laid out in a row on the deck, and I... glanced at Monsieur Fogg, of course, but his gaze was fixed on the captain's face, which was bloodied all down one side. My master's expression was blank as usual, but his hands had clenched into fists by his side. "We are going to Port Royal," the older woman said, her lower lip disfigured by a scar that slashed the length of her face. It shone livid pink against her dark skin. "The crew is dead, but you two are white. You will be of use to us." "You spared us because we are white?" I mouthed in horror. "Madame, I do not know how to inform you of this, but you are aware that you yourself are black." She chuckled, and it made my skin crawl. "Oh, trust me, monsieur, I am well aware." One of the twins whispered something to her, and she stalked away, her face darkening. The twin turned to me. "Don't be afraid of Lily," she said. "She's just scared. We all are. You have to help us, please." What? "I am not afraid," I lied unconvincingly. "Good, we'll need you, brave." "Well, pass or adieu, this is an unforeseen turn of events." "No shit!"